Hey, Final Girl backers, AJ here with Van Ryder Games. As you can see, we have received the pre-production copies of pretty much everything that we offered in the Kickstarter. So let's take a look in a brief video at some of this cool stuff. So as you can see, we've got all 5 feature films here, right down the middle of the table. Very cool. The core box up top. This box here is the game mat set, the play mats. We'll get those out and look at those in a second. We've got the lore and scenario book up here, Terror from Above vignette expansion, and the infamous mystery box. So this is your first time getting a little bit of a hint at the size of the box. Of course, we are not going to open that. It's very difficult for me not to share that with you guys. I think probably more difficult than it is for you guys to wait and wonder what it is. I so badly want to just pop it open and show you. I think it's one of the coolest things. But we're not going to do that. We will look at a few of these things. So let's look at the lore book here. So this is a 64-page lore book. And it has, all of the backstories for the different killers. And then for each killer and location combination, there's a different scenario for you to play. So, this alone is going to give you hours of entertainment if you go and play some of these scenarios. And we've got all the bios of the different final girls here in the back of the book. This is just an awesome thing. I'm so glad that we were able to do that. And there's, I think 10,000 plus words in there. We spent a lot of time and put a lot of hard work into that, so we're very proud of that. The core box here, so let's open this and look at this. So, core box has got the nice printed rule book. We've got a handy dandy reference on the back there. Lots of visual graphics and examples in there. The punch boards. And oops, I pulled out the board with it. So the punch boards, and then the game board with extreme horror mode on the back. And then, as you can see here, it will have the insert in there. And it has a nice lid on it. This is my second time doing this video because I forgot to turn the mic on the first time, but I displayed sort of putting the miniatures in if you got the miniatures box. But that's what it'll look like sort of without it. The victims will go in these rows here. The time marker and the bloodlust marker go in those little ones. The final health tokens in there. And then obviously the dice, cards, the action cards are in there under there. So there's going to be plenty of room. You'll actually have the better part of 2 different wells to keep the Final Girl miniatures. There's 11 Final Girls, so that's 4 right there. There's room for another 4 or 5 in there, and you'll have this well too. So plenty of room to keep the miniatures in, and this has everything you need to combine it with a feature film and play the game. So whether you're getting one of these or all 5 of the feature films, put this down, you're gonna have loads of fun and tons of great games. All right, so let's look at one of the features. I'm not gonna open all of the feature films, but showing you one of them will get a good idea of what they look like. Now, one of the things we are addressing with these PPCs is unfortunately, the magnet strength of the box was not up to the snuff of the mock-up copy we showed you, which is great. Very strong magnets. We did the shake test. We did all of that. These boxes do not pass that test, so we're not going to compromise on that. They 100% have to be strong, and we're gonna work with the manufacturer and make sure that that's the case before we go to mass production. But in the meantime, let's look. We can still look at these and see See, you can see it just kind of flops off there. And there's another issue that contributed to that, but don't need to worry about that. We'll get that. We're gonna get all that stuff fixed. So this is the Maple Lane side of the box. So you can see obviously the nice board there of Maple Lane, and the rule sheet. So each one of these feature films has a rule sheet for the killer and one for the location. And then here we have, so all of these feature films are going to have these great inserts. So if you were playing Maple Lane, you would just pull this out. Maybe you're playing Hans or another killer. Go get that stuff from that box. Boom, you're set up. You're playing quickly. But so now these inserts, these trays snap, the lid snaps closed nice and tight. And you could just pop it off. And we've got, you'll have whatever that feature film has. So this one happens to have some cardboard tokens. I think I'm losing focus there. Cards and cards underneath. And now you'll notice these wells here. Those are for, namely the killer miniature. If you got the miniatures pack. So where is oh, this is the location side. I need to open the other side of the box, which actually probably already has Dr. Fright in it from my bungled previous recording. Always turn on your microphone when you go to record a video. So it's 12:30 at night and I'm paying the price for not doing that. But I'm getting this video out to you, or this update out to you guys tonight, no matter what I have to do. Alright, so here's the Dr. Fright side. Of course, we have an awesome board. He's so intimidating. And here's the rule sheet. And of course, we have the insert. And I'm sure some of you guys have noticed, of course, the secret envelope. And yeah, I do still have Dr. Fright in here from 4. If you don't have if you didn't get the miniatures, that's fine. You have the meeple from the core box. But if you did, you get these awesome miniature guys to use. And one thing that we did, I think, is super helpful, is we actually put, you're not going to be able to see it on the video, but we actually put the name on the bottom of the base. So particularly for the final girls, usually it's easy to tell from the art, but sometimes maybe a couple look the same or similar. You could just flip it, look on the bottom, quickly find the one you're looking for. I always hate when you have to go digging around for miniatures trying to find the right one. So that helps with that. But yeah, so all the cards for the Dr. Fright side. So each of these, each of these will have its own insert for the killer and one for the location. So super useful. So that's what one of the feature films looks like. All right, and then the vignette expansion. This was the first mega stretch goal you guys unlocked. So you all, if you're a backer, you're getting this free, and it has all the cards. And then the rules are on cards for this one, and then 3 punch board token sheets worth of bird tokens. And of course, where is she? Melanie should be in here somewhere. There she is. So another final girl also comes with that. And this can be played, the birds can be played at any location. So another awesome thing for you guys to experience. The only thing I don't have is the miniatures box to show you. Of course, I have the miniatures models here. We had to get the miniatures done first for them to be able to engineer the box, so that's in process and in the works. I'm not going to open the mystery box, but let's look at the playmats. So I'm gonna need some room. So I'm gonna move this stuff up real quick. And show you this. Oh, I never put these back in. Whoopsie. Those things will go in the. How am I doing on time? 10 minutes. Okay. All right. So this is the game mat set. Which way? I'm looking up at my screen there. So yes, it's 2 mats. A lot of people, I think we got some questions. Why isn't it just one big mat? The reason is being able to manage this box right here is much easier to being able to manage a box that would be twice this length, which is essentially what happens when you add 2 of the mats together. So that keeps us from having to charge you guys a bunch of shipping or spend a bunch on shipping ourselves. So this is why we did it that way, and it works to absolute perfection. So you're gonna roll out both mats. Look at that, isn't that great? So the player board is actually completely replaced by this mat if you have that. You'll still need, obviously, the killer boards and the location boards. So the killer board could go here, location board here. You've got all this room for your card, your action cards. I'll frame a little bit there, but that's okay. All the minor dark powers up there, item deck, event cards, terror deck. There's a spot for everything. So this is a functional game mat. Functional meaning it has spaces for everything. And man, it is awesome. We've actually been doing some play testing of future content on these the last day or two. And man, I wasn't a big game mat believer, but since we did it for Hostage Negotiator Career, I became a big time believer, and Evan has too. I know he was talking about it. And this mat, I will say, it's not just a nice upgrade that looks nice. It's actually really functional and lays out your play space for you, and is fantastic. So super happy. Stitched edges. They lay completely flat. They're nice and thick. These are awesome. So we're extremely excited to be able to bring these to you guys in this nice, somewhat compact box that'll fit nicely on the shelf next to all your feature films and not be too cumbersome. So, and they will roll up right in here like this. So when they're shipped, this box is nice and hefty. You guys aren't gonna they'll be rolled up. You're not gonna have to worry about any wrinkles in the fabric or them being folded. I know we've heard from backers about issues like that. I rolled it up the wrong way. Rubber side inside. That way it'll actually slide down in there. So yeah, I mean this item is really awesome. And so don't forget, you have about a week left to add on. So if you wanted to upgrade, you haven't done it yet, you wanted more feature films, you wanted the playmat set, you want the mystery box. The mystery box especially is not going to be available outside of this Kickstarter, even on our website. We don't do exclusives very often. That's an exclusive. That was the big one that helped us get to breaking the record on Kickstarter, and so we went big for you with that. Miniatures, are also add-on. So if you like what you see, if you like miniatures, honestly, I think either don't get them ever, or you gotta have them, because once you play with them once, you're never gonna want to go back to the meeples. You can probably tell I'm super excited. If it wasn't, almost going 12:45 going on 1 now here, I'd probably be dancing around even more. But we're thrilled. Still some more work to do. We got to address a few of these issues, but we are getting very close to moving into mass production with this. So Chinese New Year's coming up. It's not going to happen before that. So we will look to soon after Chinese New Year is over and factories get back up and running. I would imagine within a few short days or short weeks of that, we will hit the button on the presses. But of course, we'll keep you updated in the updates. So we'll see you guys in the February update, and hope you're doing great. We're a few short months away from you guys having this and being able to play. So I hope you guys are keeping up the excitement and everyone's doing well out there and staying safe and healthy. And we will see you soon. All right. Thank you.